So the format of this thing is we usually say, here's a movie that's coming out this weekend, don't go see it. Go to the movie theater that's across town, or to the video store and rent something better. Instead, we tell you what to watch instead of the thing that's coming out today. But on weekends like this, it becomes clear that it's probably a pretty pointless endeavor, at least some, if not a lot of the time. Because, for example, today, the big new release is a Zac Efron movie, and I am not going to be able to convince anyone on earth that wants to see a Zac Efron movie not to see a Zac Efron movie. Because that's like, it's just not going to happen. So what I'd like to do today is use 2 or 3 minutes to talk about a movie that you can watch on any weekend this summer. If it stays in theaters for a while, it maybe won't. Find it some other way, go watch it. Anytime that you're in the mood for a slight antidote to the oncoming tidal wave onslaught of super slick, produced, packaged, marketed, seamlessly conceived from start to finish to be impenetrable and glossy Hollywood blockbusters that are coming your way this summer, starting right away. Good ones or bad ones. If you ever need a palate cleanser for any of those, even if it's Prometheus, or Batman, or Spider-Man, or Other Man, or any of these big summer movies, there's a palate cleanser movie that came out today called Damsels in Distress, directed by Whit Stillman, not Slim Whitman, as I always think he is named, starring Greta Gerwig. Whit Stillman is a guy that started making movies in 1990, and he made 3 really, really good, really smart, kind of sarcastic, cutting movies focusing on what he called the urban haute bourgeoisie. Movies like The Last Days of Disco, Barcelona, and Metropolitan. Then he stopped making movies for like 13 or 14 years, and he's back with this movie called Damsels in Distress. It stars Greta Gerwig, which takes place in kind of this weird dream space. And I'm gonna say a bunch of words that are like the word dream space and haute bourgeoisie that sound really kind of pretentious and idiotic, and they may actually be pretentious and idiotic, but the movie that I'm talking about isn't. It takes place in a dream space, and I don't mean any kind of artistic abstraction, I just mean it takes place in a place that kind of looks like a real place, but isn't, because the people don't talk in a normal way, they don't do normal things. It's 3 women, all of whom are fundamentally kind of broken would be unfair, so let's say messed up. One, the main character is, as she claims openly in the movie, is crazy and has invented a fake identity to be able to deal with real life. Another one is profoundly dumb. Another one is struggling to deal with the sexuality inherent in the female university experience. And I'm doing such a bad job describing how charming and funny and goofy, while at the same time really smart and completely unlike literally anything else that will come out this summer Damsels in Distress is. And its fundamental difference is that it's not supposed to be a slick movie from start to finish. It's not a great film, but it's one that if you're interested in screenwriting and performance and individual scenes and what you can do with them, when you're willing to make a movie that's a little bit shaggy, loose, and rough around the edges, there's better scenes in Damsels in Distress than there will be in any of the movies that come out this summer, because there's moments of absolute, profound, unique brilliance that a director like Whit Stillman's able to accomplish when he just makes a movie that says, oh yeah, it's going to end up being what it is, and it might not have to hold 100,000 gallons of water and be airtight the way that something that costs $200 million by needs to be the way that all the stuff that comes out this summer will actually be. It's rough, it's incredibly charming, incredibly funny, and it's the perfect tonic for any time this summer when you're feeling, too much marketing, too much professionally produced, slick, start to finish, greasy Hollywood movies. Go track down Damsels in Distress and watch that instead. Go track down Damsels in Distress and watch that instead.